Hi, today I've got a lovely Lowrey Sensation SE. It's got a lovely pull down cover. It's even got, for people who, we're finding people now, some of them are finding that the distance between the music rest and where they're playing is quite a long way to read, and also their neck's got a twist. So what you can do with this quite cleverly is you can bring this one out and we have a music rest that's much closer by. In fact, we've even got a light that we can light up to make it much better to read your music as well. So this just pops in here, and then we've got a nice touch screen. We can go into the screen and we can press different things to make it operate, so it's very, very easy to use. We'll start off with just showing you some of the lovely flute sounds. Lowrey's are really well known for their flutes. They're very soft, sweet flute instrument sounds. So if we go through the flutes here, I can add a few together. That's just the 16 foot, 8 foot, 4 foot, 2, 1. Now I can add the tremolo and chorus to that. If I go flute chorus slow. Or I can have a full tremolo but make it go fast. And now we've got. And then we can go further than that. We can add all the in-between flute pitches to make it a bit fuller. Now the other way you can do it is you can add things like sustain. So if we go back to just those pure flutes again, let's add some sustain. Really beautifully soft sounds. Now they give you loads of presets too, so these first 10 here is going to include presets. The first one's a church organ. No, it's not. First one's a nice big organ. Number 2, church. Then we got theatre. So the Lowreys are really well known for their flute sounds, whether it's church organ, nice soft gentle 16 and 2 foot flutes, or the theatre organ sounds. They're renowned for that. But we've also got lots of presets. You've got 3 batches of 10 that you can load in of your own settings, and then we've got these categories here. Look, we've got country, big band, show, Latin, sacred, holidays, and these all give you another 10 settings. And then on top of that, we've got this rhythm preset button. Every rhythm, including more than just the buttons there, they're all going to give us settings 10 at a time to use with those rhythms. So if I go into any of these rhythm sections and push this button down, we then get 10 sounds that will work with that rhythm. Now if we go to one as an example, let's go into Latin number 1. Now we've got a Latin rhythm. We can hear the backing and it will play the bass for me if I want. Okay. So that's the bolero rhythm, the Torval and Dean one. But we can go to basic and it will just simplify it for us. Much more simple backing. And then I've got variation 1. If I press variation 1 now, we'll get another variation on the backings. And if I know number 2, we get another variation. And then on top of that, we've got an alternative style. So if I go now to the alternative style off, this one becomes. And then number 1 becomes. That's nice. And then the basic becomes. So we've got all these ways that we can change the sort of style that we're playing just from each of the single buttons. That was just Latin 1. Now there's an extra bit as well. When we go to Latin 1 or any of the rhythms and we press these two together, we then get a choice of 4 on the screen. So it says Bolero, which is the mellow background. That's good. Then we've got Exciting, which is Salsa. And then we've got Danceable, which is a Latin big band. And then we've got Popular. So we've got all these variations we can bring in. That's just from one button, the Latin 1 button. And then on top of that, we can decide what the bass is doing, whether we want the bass to be going alternately or through a walking bass. We've got a variation on the drum pattern, which is the actual drums themselves, and we've got variation on the backing that comes through. So that one we just played. Variations we can bring in, and that's on every single rhythm, so loads to make you feel good about your playing and sound better. So if I go just to one of these now, I quite like the I think it was the mellow one. Let's see what that sounds like. No, there we go. Ending. It's great, isn't it? So loads of things to make you sound better, feel good about your playing, loads of really good styles and loads of setups for every style to make it easy to get a good sound. This is the Lowrey Sensation SE, and it's got a USB drive that you can use to put more stuff into it or to save your best settings as well. What a great instrument.